Hello, this is Tiffany Cano and Sarah Michael. We're just sitting here reminiscing and remembering our favorite parts of when we taught the Ka-Ching Club. And we just wanted to share some of that with you. So, Sarah, what are some of your favorite parts? Maybe we could go back and forth.
Sure. Goodness, my favorite parts, and I say this a lot, but my favorite part is the consistency. It having the daily 5 times a week for 4 weeks. It's really it. I just love that energy regularly. Yeah, I like that's one of my favorite parts, getting to connect each morning and start the day like that.
Hmm. Yeah, I love just being able to pray together and do healing every day for money because like you were mentioning that consistency, it brings a whole new level of consciousness when
Mhm.
we can have multiple days in a row. The saying about takes 21 days to form a new habit. Well, we make sure we get it in there, like with a full 30 days. And it's having a whole new mindset about money and how we think about it, how we feel about it, how we embrace it and flow with it and are yummy and juicy with money. Like money could be our best friend. It could be a friend. It's not like, oh, money is way out over there and I'm over here. No, it's like it, we can have a relationship with money the way we have with people. Hopefully, a healthy one. you know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, one of the things I love is how much celebration we do, how much we really are just like, money is fun, and let's laugh and play and be lighthearted and easy and vivacious with about money because it's typically so heavy, scary. There's all this yuck, and we just
The official term, yuck.
yuck. Yuck. It is totally the official term. And we love up us some money. And I think that's one of the things I love because I know people out there aren't having that on a regular basis just because of what money holds for most people. Which is the reason we have the Ka-Ching Club. Because money holds some stuff, some big stuff for people. And part of the work we have to do to open up to more abundance and open up to the prosperity of the universe.
hmm I think that whole ick thing or yuck thing that you said a few minutes ago, it's like we all have our own baggage about money from various family legacies and upbringings and the things that we've heard or picked up on while we were kids. I mean, those leave imprints on our psyche. What happens in our family when we hear family members say, oh, money doesn't grow on trees, or I don't have money for that, or what do you think? I'm made of money, or whatever those little tiny things are. Like, oh, you have to work hard in order to make money. Those kinds of beliefs just get flushed out. And it's easier to consider having money without all the having to work hard and the frustration and the upset and that I think that's really important to me is to alleviate the suffering
Hmm.
about money.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's really important to me as well. Um, and with that, bringing some levity to it. I think that was one of my biggest surprises. Is like, man, we are all sideways about it. So let's be positive. Let's be joyful about it. Yeah, yeah. That's a much more receptive energy than, gee, I don't really know if I need, kind of want you, but don't really want you. Yeah.
Yeah, that push pull energy that a lot of people don't realize that they have. They're like, oh yeah, money, come to me. Oh, but wait. You
Right.
got to do it the way that I want. I've got to be in control of how I receive it and
Mm-hmm.
how much. And some of it's based on, do we deserve it? Have we done enough to receive it? And those kinds of thoughts just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And it just becomes a yes. Like, I am a yes to money. I'm a yes to God. I'm a yes to the universe. I'm a yes to all that is being provided. And for me, money's not just about having money. I don't care about that aspect of it. What I care about is the more I make, the more I receive, the more I can contribute back to humanity. Like, that's where my fire is about. It's from a space of generosity and giving, not just trying to build wealth for the sake of building wealth. It's build wealth so that I can do something good with it.
Yeah. Yeah. The lack of prideful or egoful, or it's really just let's receive so we can contribute versus let's amass a whole lot of money and you know because we need to fill some hole in ourselves. Of
Right.
course. Yeah. Yeah. That's super fun. It's a good part of it. I think another, you sort of brought it up, another of my favorite parts is around the work we do with our self-value,
Mm.
self-worth, because it's this keystone to the whole puzzle. That we can have a lot of the right things going on, mindset, daily actions, and if we don't feel like we're worthy or deserving, it can slow down the flow or stop the flow. So I love that we get that deep into work about self-worth and deserving. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's such an important part. I love that piece, and we could spend a month just doing that one aspect every single day.
Hmm. We really could. We really, and the world would be better for it. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to raise the consciousness of this of the planet, and part of that is to get people out of survival mode where they're just worried and stressed about, can I pay my bills this month, and actually getting into a space of plenty and enough, and then being open, even more open to this whole spiritual realm, right? Because there's those moments in life when something's happened, right? And maybe not as much money's coming in. And some people turn to prayer, and some people can't do that because the noises in their head are so loud, filled with stress and fear, that they forget temporarily that God and the universe could help them. And so by shifting this consciousness within each of us and letting that ripple out so that the whole planet can be living from a place of a golden era where life is easier and happier and healthier and more prosperous.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
And we had those, another, I was excited because we had those question and answer calls. And another of my favorite points was some of the questions they brought up, wanting to know about pricing. Like, how do you price your services? We got into some really deep stuff about self-worth and receiving and value. It really was a cool, like, real world question that brought in a lot of the different components we we work with and work on in the Ka-Ching Club. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a really good practical balance. I mean, there's the daily pointers, prosperity pointers, plus the daily healing. And that combo makes magic. And I love hearing the various testimonials from people of how much this has positively impacted their life, how they feel totally different, about money and their ability to receive it and spend it and give it and tithe it and be in the flow with it. Like they're not so stressed out anymore. And some of them, had some really nice sales. And
Balls and
yeah,
ka-chings, as we call
yeah,
them. Yeah.
yeah, every time somebody receives money, we ka-ching them. Okay, so we actually have this Facebook group, and everyone puts up their post of what it is that they received, even if it's as small as like, see a penny, pick it up. Okay, we ka-ching pennies,
Oh, yeah.
and we ka-ching the really big bills too, and nice checks, and even what people bring in from their day-to-day 9 to 5 job.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if it's supposed to be consistent money every week or 2 weeks or once a month, we could change that because it's a celebration. And the more we focus on what we want, which is celebrating money and honoring that space, the more we can attract it.
Hmm. Yeah, totally. We have a lot of fun celebrating our ka-chings. It
Yeah.
gets a little silly. I'm not gonna deny it gets a little silly, but it's good fun.
Well, shall we wrap it up for today and just ask and invite our audience to come to www.thekachingclub.com?
Yeah, come visit us there. Lots of information and good stuff. Awesome.
Thank you
Wonderful.
much.
Thank you guys.
Bye bye.